Hi, thank you for coming to your mat. Today we're going to do some strength yoga. So what that means is we're strengthening into our stretch. We're using lightweight dumbbells today. And when I say lightweight, I'm talking about 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, definitely no higher than a 5-pound dumbbell. Using the light dumbbells, we are having static holds, meaning we are fatiguing our hold into our muscle, strengthening into our stretch with a lightweight dumbbell. But if we were ever to go with a heavy dumbbell, we wouldn't be just strengthening into our stretch, we would be forcing the hold. We don't want to force it, we want to strengthen it. So lightweight dumbbells, I can't stress enough. Also, if the dumbbells are just too much, you can only use body weight. So we're going to start by doing a brief warm-up, and then we have 2 little flows we're going to do. The first one is pretty short, but we're doing it for 3 rounds. The second one is a little bit longer, but we're only doing it for 2 rounds. And then we're moving down to the floor for some core. And then we'll just do our little cool downs, which we're probably going to need when we're done. You want to make sure you have some water. Anytime you need to stop and take a break of water, feel free. In between our little flows, we're going to have a rest. So it would be like a rest between sets when you're lifting. And our rest is going to be a child's pose. So always feel free to relax into your stretch, lower your heart rate, slow down your breathing, take a drink of water. Feel free to have a towel with you as well. So starting in our warm-up, we're going to straight to a mountain position. And just roll your head on your shoulders, releasing any tension in our neck. You can go in a full circle, or you can go side to side. And then we want to roll our shoulders. You can go backwards or forwards, one at a time or both at the same time, whatever feels best for you. I like to just alternate. We're just loosening up things that are holding us tight, waking up the muscles and getting the blood flowing. Back to mountain position, we're reaching your arms up to the ceiling and go straight to a chair pose. In chair pose, we're activating every muscle in our body. And you can have your stance at hip width apart like I do. Some people like to keep their stance closer together. You choose what you feel stabilized best. And we're just holding our chair pose until we start to shake and we start to feel a little fatigue, because our heart is pumping blood from our fingers all the way to our toes. And some people can hold chair pose for a long time, some people struggle, but we just want to hold it as long as we can. So you're doing a good job. And start to feel your muscles warm up. And then reaching for our elbows, we're going to fold in half. Let the weight of your upper body pull your spine and all your low back muscles into a stretch. You can feel your glutes and hams stretching, and then we're going to warm them up by swaying side to side, straightening and bending each leg. We don't ever want to force your legs straight, so you can still have a slight bend in your knees. We just want to start to wake up the muscles. And it turns to the side so you can see my posture. Always want to try to keep a neutral spine. And then right away we're straightening our legs to half forward fold. Finding a flat tabletop back, just push your glutes and hams to the wall behind you. Weight mounts in the arch of your feet, and then shift the weight to the front of your feet to a standing forward fold. If you can't reach the mat, use a block, or you can even have a slight bend in your legs, but keep your spine nice and neutral. We just want to stretch the hamstrings up into the glutes. And you can move around, shift the weight from the front to the back of the feet, getting things loosened up. then we're gonna go straight to stepping your feet back to a plank. Straight line from heel to shoulders, tucking under your tailbone, pulling your core up to the ceiling. Wrist and shoulders are straight on top of each other. Holding your plank. You start to feel like you're fatiguing, starting to shake. You know that we're strengthening into this pose. From plank, we're going to chaturanga, or a tricep push-up. If that is difficult, feel free to just drop all the way down to your belly. But going into chaturanga, you want to feel like you're bending your elbows and pushing your body forward until you're just hovering the mat. And then shift your body forward and come up to up dog. And you can keep your thighs on the mat, or you can lift them up for a little bit more of a challenge. Holding in your core, stretching all the way up the front of your abdomen. And then tuck your toes under and pull your hips to a down dog. Once you're in down dog, you're just gonna rock your heels. We want to stretch the calves and Achilles. For down dog, we're gonna raise your right toes. And then bend your right knee and step forward to a low lunge. We're dropping your left knee. And then we're gonna keep our poses slow and controlled. Reaching your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled. We're gonna open up, right arm in front, left arm behind. Keep your arms parallel to the floor. So your right knee is still facing forward. Slow and controlled, bring your arms back up to the ceiling and face the front. And then slow and controlled, open up the other way, opening up your left fingers to the front, right fingers to the back. Arms parallel to the floor. Slow and controlled, bring it back up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, bring your arms to the mat and step your right foot back to your plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, press to down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. And raise your left toes all the way to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Bring your left knee in and step forward, dropping your right knee to your low lunge. Slow and controlled, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, open up. Right arm behind you, left fingers facing the front. Arms parallel to the floor. And slow and controlled, bring it back up to the ceiling. And slow and controlled, open up the other way. Left arms behind you, right arm in front, arms parallel to the floor. Slow and controlled, bring it back up to the ceiling. And bring your palms back to the mat. Left foot back to your plank. And lower to chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale, press to your down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. Okay, we're gonna add your dumbbells. If it is a challenge, feel free to just use body weight. And raise your right toes all the way to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bring your right knee in and step forward, dropping your left heel to your low lunge. Reaching for your dumbbells, slow and controlled your arms up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, Open up, right arm in front, left arm behind, arms parallel to the floor. Slow and controlled, bring your arms back up to the ceiling. And slow and controlled, open up the other way, right arm behind you, left arm in front, arms parallel to the floor. Slow and controlled, back up to the ceiling. And bring it back down to the mat. Right foot back to your plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, press to down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. Left toes all the way to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Bend your left knee and step forward to your low lunge, dropping your right knee. And reaching for your dumbbells. Slow and controlled, your arms up to the ceiling. Open up, slow and controlled. Right arm behind you, left arm in front. Arms parallel to the floor. And slow and controlled back to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, open up the other way. Right arm to the front, left arm behind you. Arms parallel to the floor. And slow and controlled back to the ceiling. And bring it back down to the mat. Left foot back to your plank. And lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, press to down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. And one more round. If dumbbells are too heavy, you can use body weight. Right toes to the ceiling. Bend your right knee and step forward to your low lunge, dropping your left knee. Slow and controlled, reaching your arms up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, open up, right arm in front, left arm behind you, arms parallel to the floor. Slow and controlled, back up to the ceiling. Open up the other way. Right arm behind you, left arm in front, arms parallel to the floor. And slow and controlled, back up to the ceiling. Bring it back down to the mat and go back to your plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, press to down dog. You can paddle all that out. Good job. And raise your left toes all the way to the ceiling. Last one. Bend your knee, step forward, dropping your right knee to your low lunge, and reaching for your dumbbells. Slow and controlled, your arms up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, opening your arms. Left fingers forward, right arm behind you, arms parallel to the floor. Slow and controlled, back up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, open the other way, right arm to the front, left arm behind you. Slow and controlled, back up to the ceiling. And slow and controlled, down to the mat. And step your left foot back to your plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, press to down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. And you can bend your knees and we'll lower down to child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. And you can just relax your hips open, rest your forehead to the mat. Or if you wanted to take this minute to take a drink of water, I highly recommend. Coming back up to your palms, ready for our next flow. If you're still feeling tired, you can pause the video and take a little bit longer break. But if you're up for the next challenge, we're going straight to our plank. And lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, press to down dog. Then paddle your heels. Press into the heels of your palms. Remember, we're keeping those calves and Achilles loose. Also great for heel pain. And we're raising your right heel, but bend your knee. And just let your foot fall behind you. We're opening our hip. Then return your toes to a point. And then bring your knee in and step forward to a warrior one. So dropping your left heel. Warrior one, facing the front, arms to the ceiling. Open up to a warrior two. And then extended side angle, right elbow to right knee. Reaching your arms all the way out in front, slow and controlled. And then bring your arm back to warrior two. Staying slow and controlled. And then to reverse warrior. Reaching as far as you can. Left arm to the floor, right arm to the ceiling. Back to warrior two. Then, slow and controlled, straighten your right leg. And then bring your arm down to side triangle. So we're keeping your left arm chest open, rolling your shoulder backwards. And then your right hand, if you can't reach the floor, you can use a yoga block. You can place your hand on your shin, even up higher on your shin. You want to make sure that you feel stabilized into your stance. Then bringing your left palm to the mat. We're just going to bend your right knee right away. And then reach your right fingers up to the ceiling. And slow and controlled, come back to the mat and go back to your plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Up dog. Press to down dog. And paddle that out. Raise your left heel. Bend your left knee. Let your foot fall behind you or twisting open your hip. Return your toes to a point, and then bring your knee in and step forward, dropping your right heel to your warrior one. Facing the front, arms straight up to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, open up to a warrior two. Extended side angle, left elbow to left knee. Reach your arms all the way out in front. Bring your arm all the way back to warrior two. We're still pushing into your left knee, keeping your knee bent. Reverse warrior. Right fingers to the floor, left fingers to the ceiling. Back to warrior two. And then straighten your left leg, slow and controlled. We're pivoting down to a side triangle. If you can't reach the mat, you can use a yoga block if you want, or your dumbbell. You can place your hand on your shin. You just want to make sure you feel good and stabilized into your stance. If not, you can move to where it feels good. And slow and controlled, bring your right arm to the floor, pivoting your right toes, and then bend your left knee. And then your left fingers go up to the ceiling. And bring your left palm back and go back to your plank. Down to chaturanga. Up dog. And back to down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. Our next round, we're bringing in our dumbbells. If you are not ready for dumbbells, that's okay. Just use body weight. Raise our right heel, bending your right knee, twisting open our hip. Return your toes to point. Bring your knee in and step forward, dropping your left heel to a warrior one, reaching for your dumbbells. Slow and controlled your arms up to the ceiling. Pressing into that right knee, keeping it bent. Slow and controlled, open up to a warrior two, arms parallel to the floor. Right knee still bent. Right elbow to right knee, extended side angle, reaching arm all the way out in front. See why you want to have a light dumbbell. Slow and controlled, come back to a warrior two. Arms parallel to the floor, right knee still bent. Reverse warrior, right arm to the ceiling, left to the floor. And slow and control back to warrior two. Right knee still bent. Now straighten your right leg and slow and controlled down to your side triangle. Left arm, rolling your shoulder backwards, opening your chest. And bring your left arm to the mat. Pivot your left toes so they're facing the front and then bend your right knee. Left palm on the mat and right fingers up to the ceiling. With your dumbbell. And then bring your right palm back to the mat and go back to your plank. Down to chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. And you can paddle that out. Good job. Raise your left heel, bending your left knee, twisting open your hip. Let your foot just fall behind you. Return your toes to point. Bring your left knee in, step forward, dropping your right heel to your warrior one. Always make sure you're comfortable in your stance. Slow and controlled to the ceiling. Slowly open up to warrior two, arms parallel to the floor. Left knee is bent. Left elbow to left knee, extended side angle. Back to warrior two, nice and slow. Left knee still bent. Reverse warrior. Left fingers to the ceiling, right to the floor. Back to warrior two. Left knee still bent. Straighten your left leg and pivot down to a side triangle. If you can't reach the mat, use a block or your shin, even if you want to use your dumbbell. And right arm to the floor, pivoting your right toes from facing front. Bend your left knee. Dumbbell in your left hand. Put your left hand to the ceiling. And bring your left palm back to the floor. Move your dumbbells. Back to your plank. Down to chaturanga. Up dog. And down. Paddle that out. Good job. And you can hold down dog, or you can bend your knees and lower down to a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. You can just relax your forehead to your mat. Slow down your breathing, lower your heart rate. You can take a drink of water. And just get ready for our next flow is our core. Sitting out of child's pose, you can pause the video if you need to rest a little bit more. Or you can just wrap your legs around, coming into a seated, feet together, knees up. Keeping our dumbbells here for when we're ready. We're going to start with a boat pose. So we're going to roll our spine, protecting our back, and then really tighten in your core. Tuck your core in really tight. Reach your arms out in front of you, and then just lift your feet so you're at a 90 degree. We're just going to hold our boat pose. It's okay if it feels like you're starting to shake, you can go farther than you think. Keeping your arms outstretched. If you want a more challenge, you can straighten your legs for your boat pose. Or if that's too much, you can keep them bent. Strengthening into our pose. And bending our knees and release. You can hug your knees and twist your spine. Okay, we're going to grab our dumbbell. Bring our arms straight out in front. Bend your knees to our boat pose. Holding our boat pose. If you want to go more of a challenge, you can straighten your legs. Okay, if it feels like you're shaking, make sure you keep breathing, no holding your breath. And bend your knees and release. Yeah. And hug your knees. Stretch your spine, twisting. Then we're gonna slowly roll down a little bit, halfway. When we're rolled down, we're already engaging our core. So you can feel your core engaged. Keep your back rounded because we don't want to hurt your spine. When you're all the way here, we're just going to reach your right arm to your right ankle, left, right fingers. Keep your palm facing up. And left, right, and left. That's 3 times each side. Let's go to 10. 4. Slow and control. 5. 6. 7. Good job. 8. 2 more. You can do it. And there's 9. Last one. 10. And come back up. Hug your knees and twist your spine. Whenever you're ready, we're going with your dumbbells. Palms still facing up. Roll back, rounding your spine, sucking in your core. Right arm as far as you can. Back. Left arm back. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. 6. 7. 8. Slow and controlled. 9. Last one. 10. Drop it. Hug your knees and stretch your spine. Good job. Now keep your back rounded, again, protecting your spine. Engage your core right away. Bring your arms straight out in front of you. And we're gonna raise your arm as we lean back and then bring it back level. Raise your arm. Bring it back level. Raise your arm. Bring it back level. As you notice, we're probably going a little farther backwards each time. There's 4. There's 5. And the last one, roll it all the way down, keep it controlled. And try to keep it controlled, coming all the way back up. Keeping your core nice and tight. Now grabbing your dumbbells. Palms facing down. Round your spine, engage your core. Raise your arms up as you lean back. Back a little farther, arms higher. Slow and controlled. 4, 5, and the last one, we're gonna go as high as you can, and then control it all the way down. Nice and slow, good job. And then control it all the way up. Okay, last thing. Keep your spine nice and rounded, core engaged, and then we're gonna lower yourself down to about halfway. We're gonna hold it as long as we can. For sake of video, we're gonna hold it for about 30 seconds. You can pause the video and hold it as long as you want. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Hug your knees, rounding your spine, twisting it. And grab your dumbbells. Round your spine, engage your core. And let's go for 30 seconds. About halfway. Bring your arms out. Spine is rounded, core is engaged. Ten seconds left. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And you can drop your dumbbells. Good job. Now we're going to slowly roll down. And this time we're going to stay there. We're just going to bring your right knee in, hugging your knee to your chest. Legs might be a little tight. Hip flexors might be a little tight. And switch knees. And both knees, hugging both knees, just rock around, giving your back a little tiny back rub, flattening your spine. Hugging your knees to your chest. Open your knees and reach for both big toes. And then flatten your spine and press your legs against your arms to happy baby. You can keep your knees bent. You really want to press your spine to the floor. Really stretching. You can feel the tops of your quads, your hip flexors. Or you can straighten your legs and you can stretch the insides of your hamstrings all the way up to your calf and Achilles. You can just hold happy baby. Some people like to rock around, moving your legs, starting to get relaxed and pulled down. And releasing happy baby will just drop your knees and then bring your feet down below you and reach your arms above you and pull your body into a full hug-a-lore stretch, stretching every muscle in your body. Fill your lungs all the way up with air. Exhale it all the way out, just releasing all those toxins that we unlocked in our tight muscles. Strengthened into our stretch. Deep breath in. On your exhale, bring your hands down to your sides and just come up to seated. Wrap your knees around, coming into easy pose. Shoulders down, back away from your ears, finding a neutral spine. One more deep breath. And you can hold your easy pose as long as you like. You can stay here, catch your breath, continue to lower your heart rate. But that concludes our session for today, and God bless.